Welcome back to Will's Wheelhouse. Today we're going to be talking about the brackets that are on a Chevrolet 350. Some people put projects off and take things off and forget where they went, so that's exactly what I did. So I'm gonna. Alright, so bracket number one. This is a 86 Chevy K5 Blazer. I took this apart quite a while ago, put the brackets away, and just decided to work on it again and found the bracket. So the first bracket I installed is this one right here. It bolts to the side of the head, the very front of the head, in three spots. One right here, one right here, and then the third one right here. This is a bolt that has threads on both ends and with the bolt in the middle of it right there. The second bracket is the air conditioner bracket, which bolts with the same bolt through that first bracket. And then I made this bracket because I've installed headers, and you cannot reinstall the original air conditioner bracket properly to keep it from moving down and out and any other direction. And I modified this bracket, and I'll show you that here in just a second. The third bracket is this one. This one curves down and bolts to the block right there, and then it curves up to right here. And originally the exhaust manifold came through here, the exhaust manifold bolt. And like I said, since I got headers, I couldn't use the original bracket because this bolt right here won't fit past this part of the header. So I've modified this bracket. I cut it off right here. Let me show you the original part. Here's the piece that I cut off because it won't make it through that header portion right there to that bolt. So I've eliminated that. I used the header bolts that came with the headers for all of them except this front one. I went ahead and went back with the original one and put a nut on the back of it right here. This will keep this bracket from up and down movement or even outward movement. And this particular bracket, be careful if you lose yours and you got to go get another one. There are multiple different styles of this bracket, and I actually went to the junkyard and got some parts, and they weren't right. And I'll show you that one. Alright, so you can see this particular bracket. This would bolt up to that engine just like that. But this one has a piece that's welded on there, and it's much thicker than this piece. So by installing that, the air conditioner sat out too far. The belts wouldn't line up. As you can see now, well, as best you can, everything lines up right now. And then the air conditioner actually lines up. I just took it off to show you all the bracketry. But like I said, I put a bolt on the back here, and then a nut on the back, and another nut up front, and this will sandwich this together, because all these brackets somehow bolt together. And then on the back of this one is where the bottom of the pivot of the air conditioner will go right here, and this is going to help it stay steady on the engine. The next bracket is going to be the alternator bracket. Let's go back to the air conditioner. Don't forget this bracket that goes from the intake to the top of the air conditioner. Make sure that's on there. That keeps it up, and like I said, the one I made right here helps it from the air conditioner from pulling down. So this is the alternator bracket, and this particular one bolts onto the intake manifold and then onto the water pump right here. And then your bracket underneath it bolts to the water pump on those two bolts, and then the long bolt will go through the bracket through the alternator. Right here. This bracket spaces the alternator from the head, and I may have to put another bracket in behind here. I found another bracket which I didn't know where it went, but it may go right there. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Everything looks like it's lined up pretty good. So I'll find out here in just a few minutes, and if it is, I'll show you that bracket. But I just figured this would be a great video for people that have taken something similar to this apart, and it's been a few years and they find all the brackets and forgot how they went back on. So this helps. If this helps you put your brackets back on properly, so your power steering and air conditioner and alternator all line up, well, I hope it helps you. Thanks for visiting Will's Wheelhouse.